Hello everybody, welcome to JLABTV. I'm JLAB and this is Football Manager 2016 and we're almost finished expanding the stadium, though it's not the kind of expansion I wanted to see happen. Yeah, instead of actually having more seats in the stadium, we're now going to have more seat and terrace conversion, so yeah, it's not the kind of expansion I wanted to see. But the other sort of heating will definitely be an improvement anyway, and that will be done on the 17th of October this month, and let's see how we did in August and September. Things didn't get off to the best of starts for us, unfortunately, when one of my players, Nestor Ramirez, found himself getting injured in the 37th minute of the game after that tackle. He's out. He was out 4 to 5 weeks, and we didn't have a great second half either because they got given a penalty which had never been awarded in the first place, and Origi scored it after putting it in the top corner of the net. 1-0 Stoke City. Stoke were reduced to 10 men in the 57th minute of the game when Taida got given a second yellow card for that tackle and was sent off. But unfortunately enough, we just didn't really kick on from there and didn't get the win we were looking for, which is rather irritating. So, first game of the season, we lost 1-0 due to a penalty that should never have been given. Our next match was at home to Reading in the Premier League, and we took the lead in the 6th minute of the game when Januzaj went on this run and eventually had a shot which found the back of the net for our first Premier League goal of the season, and for Januzaj to get his first ever goal for Macclesfield Town. Not a bad way to get your first goal for your new club, is it? And it was 8 minutes later that we found ourselves going 2-0 up, when Ferreira found Hussein. He played it back to Wallace, who took it on first time to find a top corner to make it 2-0 to Macclesfield Town for his first goal of the season. However, it was just before the end of the game, the 92nd minute of the match, that Reading did actually get a goal back. Krul found Akone, who found John Joe Kenny, who found the bottom corner with his effort to give Reading at least a goal to celebrate. Our next game was at home to Mansfield in the second round of the League Cup, and Mansfield found themselves going to 10 men in the 90th minute of the game when Matthew Jones got given a second yellow card for that tackle, put them down to 10 men. But we did get a goal in the 45th minute of the game when Borsov played Preston through. Preston was not going to miss that sort of effort to get his first goal of the season and to give us the lead and the win. We're through to the next round of the League Cup. Our next match was away from home against West Brom in the league, and we found ourselves going 1-0 down in this 26th minute of the game when Prunes found Patrick. His cross went in the middle and found Alain Oyazun, who wasn't going to miss a chance like that score. It was just 3 minutes later that West Brom found themselves 2-0 up. Vigo found Elvedi, who found Quincy Prunes, who scored with that effort. Not a bad goal, though I do feel the keeper could have done a bit better in trying to stop that from going into the back of the net. And in the 41st minute of the game, West Brom were given a penalty, and Oyazun had a chance to make it free from the spot, and he took it to give West Brom a 3-0 lead before half time. However, there was a silver lining to this game when one of our players, newly signed Gabriel Ramos, scored his first ever goal when Fabini scored a tackle in and it found its way to Ramos. Ramos scored to give us a bit of hope that we might actually get a chance to get a win, or at least an equaliser or a point, but that was all we were able to get, unfortunately. Just a goal and not a single point to celebrate. How disappointing. Our next match was at home to newly promoted Crystal Palace, and we took the lead inside the 5th minute of the game when Coleman scored his first ever goal with that effort. It feels weird seeing us in the small stadium, everyone else in a massive stadium, but it's not surprising now I think of it. But in the 23rd minute of the game, we found ourselves 2-0 up when Courtier played a cross in from this angle. What a ball it is too, and Borsov got on the end of it to make it 2-0 for his first goal of the season. 6 goals scored, and it's been scored by 6 different players. How ironic is that? But anyway, we managed to get the win, and I was delighted, as shown by the report. Look at that. James Young was delighted. Our next match was away from home against Newcastle, and we found ourselves getting the lead, and Gabriel Ramos scored in the 12th minute of the game after going on this little effort. Though the keeper perhaps should have done better, but I'm not going to complain, we got a lead. away from home against Newcastle, who beat us here last year. We did go down to 10 men, however, much to my disappointment and annoyance, when Colchia gave away a free kick here. And Colchia was given a second yellow card for that, fouled Cisco to send us down to 10 men. But despite the fact we were down to 10 men, we managed to make it 2-0. Januzaj found Gabriel Ramos, and he found back in the net with that little effort after guiding it past the keeper into the bottom corner of the net. Not a bad time to score, especially when we're down to 10 men. But after that goal, Newcastle started to pile the pressure on us. A lot of pressure. And it was Lewis Cook who managed to go goal back for Newcastle. With that effort, I still feel the keeper could have done better. But, yeah, his first of the season. But not enough to give Newcastle a share of the spoils, after we managed to hold on to get all 3 points. Our next match was away from home against Liverpool in the League Cup, and Greenslade got the ball far too easily there. And Dan Broad gave Liverpool the lead in the 15th minute of the game, after, for some reason, the defender couldn't really go for the tackle, and the keeper, I think, could have done a bit better, but too late for that. However, just 7 minutes later, we got an equaliser. Januzaj played this ball forward, and Gabriel Ramos, once again, scored. With this little effort, for his 4th goal of the season. What a signing he's turning out to be, already. But, we then went into extra time. And just 2 minutes into extra time, Greenslade played this ball across, and Broad was not going to miss from there to give Liverpool the win and to send them through to the next round of the Capital One Cup, knocking us out. It was rather disappointing, actually. Our next game was at home in the league against Swansea City, and we went behind in the 42nd minute of the game when Concha found Inaki Williams, who found back in the net. But I do think Caparelli could have done better with defending, and the keeper could have done better with the saving. We did manage to get ourselves equalised in the 68th minute of the game. Valdeverde found Tom Coleman, who came on from the bench, and Coleman found Shah, who managed to get his first goal for the club with that effort to give us a share of the spoils and to keep us undefeated at home this season. So after 6 matches, we have gotten 10 points after 6 matches in the league, and are currently unbeaten at home this season, and 7 points clear of Liverpool, who are in the relegation zone. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that, Liverpool being in the relegation zone, but I guess every team can have a bad start to the season, even the big ones. It was rather shocking if they did get relegated though, I'm not going to lie. We're above Arsenal right now as well, and Tottenham. No goal difference for Tottenham's point of view. We are below Reading, mostly because Reading beat Watford 4-0 at Watford's ground, which still shocks me to this point that actually happened. But yeah, we're not doing too bad. I mean, 2 teams that have beaten us so far this season are Stoke and West Brom, and they're in the top 4 after 6 games, so can't complain with the start we've had. And hopefully, we can continue to have a good start. We are the only team to have beaten Newcastle this season. Nice. But yeah, a good start to the season. We're already a quarter of the way through to the points that we need to get into in order to survive this year. So let's see if we can get to 50 points this year and see where that lands us. I am going to end this video here. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. Hope you like and favourite this video. It really helped me a lot. I've got Manchester United next, so I'm not expecting a very good visit. But until next time, goodbye and well, good night.